Last night, Survivor returned for the premiere of its 50th season right here on CBS. And, you know, we are really into this show, as you can tell by the set. Guys, the set looks so good. It was filled with twists and turns and surprises and, of course, a tribal council. Here's a look.
First person voted out of Survivor 50, Jenna. That's 5. That's enough. Need to bring me your torch.
First in, first out.
Jenna, Charlie spoke.
Thanks, Steph. Good luck, guys. Thank you.
Good luck, guys. I'd say it with my teeth clenched. Good luck, guys. Jenna was not the only castaway who was eliminated, we're sorry to say. And a surprise, this was a surprise, Kyle Fraser was medically evacuated after hurting his Achilles tendon during the immunity challenge.
If this doesn't get treated immediately, then I'm done for.
Your Achilles tendon, the tendon ends need to be together to heal, and you need to be wearing a special boot for that. And without that, you do risk long-term damage, which could be permanent.
But the result is, we got to pull you from the game. Your dream on 50 comes to an end way too short, and for no reason other than giving 100% effort for your group.
There's differences between...
Jenna Louie and Kyle Fraser join us first on CBS Mornings. Good morning to you both. Kyle, I felt for you because we could tell you did not want to go.
Oh, no, not at all.
You've had the surgery?
Yes, I got surgery.
You're
about
okay?
a week. Yep, I'm running 3 weeks ago, so we're still recovering, but we're on the up and up.
Okay, hold that thought for just a second. Jenna, I really want to say to you, you were robbed.
I know.
I was screaming at my television, and I love when you said, good luck, guys, because after that you also said, I hope they lose every challenge. Sounds like
yes.
Petty Betty to me.
Heck, yes.
But I understand. Were you surprised? I was very surprised.
I wasn't. I think I felt like I was playing from the bottom the second we landed. It felt like there were these already made connections that I didn't have. Yeah. So I did feel that. That's why I was trying really hard to get Savannah and Joe, because I felt like those were probably new era players. The people that didn't have as many connections. Like, I've been out of this game for 22 years.
Yeah, but when the elimination comes, are you mad? Did you cry? What did you do?
I didn't cry. No, I didn't. I walked out and I was like, I damned them. You know, I hexed them. I was like, lose everything. That's what I did.
What about you, Kyle? I was wondering if you cried, because we could see the pain on your face, not so much from the injury, but you did not want to give up.
Yeah, you know, it's tough because 2 weeks earlier I had won. The whole world got to see me win $1 million. And then to just tear your Achilles 2 weeks later and know that I get pulled from the game only 4 days in, it was heartbreaking. I loved playing with my tribe. I was optimistic at first, but that first night when I was in my hotel room, I mean, I cried like I hadn't cried before, and I missed out on the experiences.
Yeah.
If you look at that first episode, there was just so many cool things that happened in the game, and I was excited to experience a lot of that myself. And, you know, I've had tons of other experiences after, but it was a tough one to swallow.
Aww. Were you hiding out all this time? Because you guys finished in July, right? So you've had to carry this secret now until now. Have you been hiding all this time? What have you been doing?
So when I had to come back earlier than the whole cast. So I had to come back and get surgery immediately, because when you tear your Achilles, you can't start recovering until they actually tie it back together,
Is that
essentially.
true, Nate?
Yeah, no doubt.
Nate is the athlete.
That's a football injury right there.
It's athlete's injury, right? You know, me and Tyrese. But I had to hide basically in my apartment because I couldn't let people see me on my scooter and my boot while everyone else was still on the island. But, you know, I got tons of quality time. I just got married, so my wife...
Congratulations.
He's having his first baby.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Daughter coming in May.
Oh, Gail. It's a great name.
Yeah, my mom would
Gail
love that.
Fraser.
My mom would love that, Gail.
You're welcome.
So, Jenna, you were voted out for playing and scheming very, very hard, taking aim at Cirie. Did you think heading into the tribal council that you were... And to me, what you were doing is how you win the game.
How you play the game.
How you play the game.
And if you're going to go out, I'll go out playing too hard as opposed to, like, rolling over and dying.
Yes.
So I was playing that hard because I did kind of feel like I was on the bottom. And I did feel like Cirie and Ozzy could vote for me. But I really did feel like Joe and Savannah might really understand that they're on that bottom, too. So we did have those conversations. They just didn't listen.
I know, but weren't you surprised when they voted against you? Because I thought you had...
I was surprised.
Yes.
I was mistakes.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. I think that when I heard that all of the names, as soon as I saw Cirie written in my name, I was like, all the rest are mine. I knew it. I knew it at my core. But I think that with only 3 days, I think they were kind of feeling on the outs, too, so they weren't sure what to do. They were just trying to stay one more day themselves. Like, I could have thrown Savannah under the bus, and I could have tried to stay 3 more days. But they were trying to do
Maybe you should have.
Maybe I should have.
Hey, Vlad, you're cold-blooded, brother.
Get Vlad out there.
Want to win.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And speaking of winning, Kyle, you are one of 3 previous winners. And we saw in that premiere episode, Dee and Savannah, they already had targets on their back. So, you know, in football terms, when you win the Super Bowl, that next season, every single team is gunning for you.
Yes.
There are no days off. Did you feel that type of energy? And then how does that approach the way you play Survivor?
Yeah, you know, I mean, just like sports, I felt that target. I saw it when I was out there immediately, but I was like, okay, I have to go back to my fundamentals. I won my season by building relationships, playing with people, getting to know them first, because I said in the show, it's not chess, it's literally people. So you have to build a relationship first before you can play the game. So I was like, I'm going to go back out there. I'm going to do exactly what I know how to do, which is get to know people. And then if they like me, we can play the game together. And that's how I was able to navigate. And I think it was working out for me while I was out there because, like, there were so many things to learn about my other tribe mates. We were such an eclectic group, but we got along, and I think that I was at the heart of that, so I'm proud of that.
In your experiences, I'm curious, is it better to genuinely build a relationship or to play the person that way you can pivot at any time?
I think you have to do both.
You have to do both.
But
what tends to work better, though, especially
Nate's like,
comes down
he's
to
ready.
Because
he's ready to join the tribe.
It's psychological. There's warfare that you're playing with somebody else's mind, their heart, their soul, their spirit. It's the manipulation that you're trying to.
Yeah, but you have to trust somebody. But I went the furthest when I had a true trusting group that I could trust. Like, that's how I got to third.
When Jeff was here, he tells us everybody is changed by the game once they go through it. True?
Yes.
Absolutely.
For the better?
Absolutely.
Look at that.
No, it absolutely
love
is. You definitely learn more.
Will you
from
keep
your losses
watching?
than your
Will you
wins.
guys keep watching the show?
Yeah, I'm a fan, so I'm
That's why we
excited
love
to
the
see the
show.
rest.
That's why we love the show, and we love y'all, too. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Last night's episode of Survivor 50 in the hands of the fans here on CBS was filled with twists and turns, and of course,
Tribal Council.
Take a look.
Third person voted out of Survivor 50, Savannah. That's 4. That's enough. Need to bring me your torch. God, thank you guys.
Good luck, you guys. No, I'm sorry. This has just been like the best experience. Like, thank you so, so much for everything.
It's been a pleasure to have you out here, Savannah. All right, you ready for this?
No, but it's okay.
Savannah, the tribe has spoken.
The light goes out. You might remember Savannah Louie won the previous season of Survivor. And hello, Savannah. She joins us now from her home in Atlanta. Savannah, man, when you were out there, before they voted, she gave this beautiful speech about how she was wanting to be more vulnerable and show everybody with her true self. And it was gorgeous. And then they did you dirty, girl. They did. I could not believe it.
She came in this morning going, after that speech? How?
So, Savannah, tell us about that moment and also what it was like for you to watch that again with your family as you were watching the season.
Oh my God! I mean, the biggest takeaway here: never be vulnerable with anyone ever.
That's what I said.
Out of the game, right? No, but seriously, I went into this season just wanting to be myself and give it my all, and that's what I did. And you know, if I had to go out, I'm glad that people voted me out, knowing the real me.
Yes.
And I was able to watch last night's episode with my family, with my friends who came in from out of town, with my Atlanta people. So if I had to go out, it was like the best case scenario.
I think that's excellent context because we were kind of all wondering, like, would you learn to not be your authentic self? But the fact that you did take away still being true to yourself is the important point. I love that lesson. I do have to ask you because, you know, we're seeing all of the conversations that are happening. Now you're able to watch it back and see all the nuances. It was between you, Ozzy, Joe. There were alliances being formed. Did you have a suspicion that it was going to be you?
I did. And I think you kind of see that at Tribal Council when I had that really emotional moment out there. I felt like, in a sense, I was almost giving my final words, so to speak. And that's a big part of the reason why I was so open and vulnerable. And just, if I had to go that night, I wanted to have a good set of final words, right? At the same time, anything can happen in Survivor. So I'm like, okay, maybe there's like a 1% chance.
Yeah.
I think I'm going home, but maybe that's not the case, right? Unfortunately, it was a little more than 1% chance that I was going home, but you never know.
Well, so let's talk about things that can go wrong. Your tribe lost their second immunity challenge in a row because some of your teammates couldn't finish that puzzle. You were struggling to finish the puzzle. And one of those, Cirie, she was also struggling in her first immunity challenge. So was there ever any talk of perhaps voting Cirie off?
Believe it or not, for that specific vote, no, there was no talk about voting Cirie out of this game. And I think that really speaks to Cirie's strategy and also her social game. People think of the game Survivor. They think of it as, oh, it's a physical competition. You're starving out there. You're competing in these challenges. And that's so true. But there's also a huge part of the game that relies on your social capabilities to connect with other people in your tribe. So while Cirie, maybe she wasn't the best at some of these challenges, her social game is just so freaking good.
It's so good.
It didn't matter.
We saw Cirie working everybody. I mean,
Right.
she was
all the angles.
She was all the angles, flipping everybody. Savannah, you're one of 3 contestants that was part of this season who have already won a season. Did you feel that made you have a target on your back?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, bigger than being a winner of the season, but people actually hadn't seen season 49 air when we were taping season 50. They just knew that I had won the game. And so it left this huge question mark over me. And in Survivor, it's this game of uncertainty where if you can reduce the amount of uncertainty, if you have more knowledge about who has certain advantages or who's working with who, it just makes the game a little bit easier. So having someone there who's this huge question mark is almost like this big obstacle. And I think that people kind of viewed me as an obstacle versus a potential ally.
Just quickly, you're watching it back, right? You know what happens. Are you doing this with family? Are you having watch parties? What's that experience like?
Oh, yeah. So I've known that this moment has been coming we taped this over the summer, so about 8 months. And so I had a lot of time to, kind of get my people together. So last night we went to a local brewery and there was maybe about 20 of us. I got like a private room and everything. And we just watched this episode together. And I invited people who meant a lot to me during my Survivor journey. So that's people who, maybe my friends who knew I was gone last summer, who really had no idea where I was because I couldn't tell them.
I love that.
So cool.
That's so amazing. Savannah, I love that you bring everybody together. Thank you so much.
Last night was the latest episode of Survivor 50 in the hands of fans right here on CBS. It was filled with twists, turns, and, of course, Tribal Council.
4th person voted out of Survivor 50. It's you. That's 4. That's enough. You need to bring me your torch.
Played a great game, brother.
Is this you?
Yeah.
Oh, Q.
We're good. I see y'all.
Q. The tribe has spoken.
Quintavious Q Burdette joins us first on CBS Mornings. Q, good morning, my brother. What's happening?
Good morning. How are y'all?
Man, I feel bad for you, man. Because
worried about you.
Yeah. And the way you left, we were like, I see you.
Yes.
What was going on? What was going through your mind? And what led to this moment where you got voted off the island?
Yeah, so really, the second I got swapped and I figured out who was on my tribe, I kind of knew I was toast then. And it was just like, okay, let's try to make the most of it. Let's try to get through one challenge. If we can win it, great. If not, now I have to try to preserve my vote with folks who've been living together for years before they even met on the island. So I was in a tough spot, but it was one of those things. Somebody had to go at that spot. Somebody was going to get swapped. Screwed a little bit, but I just hope it wasn't me because I was having so much fun.
Yeah.
I was playing different for once, and here we go. So,
but true Survivor fans say about this, Q, why did you tell Mike White to vote for you?
Yes.
Was that strategy on your part? What was your thought process there?
Oh, yeah, 100%. See, listen, it's always strategy. I'm always thinking. And my thinking of at the time, so I don't have a vote. All right. They were talking about voting for Stephenie. Stephenie had a vote. And if they waste their 3 votes on me, and for instance, if Emily, Flippen, and Ozzy don't flip and they vote with Stephenie on the revote, we still have 3 votes and now they only have 2 because I don't have a vote to start with. So I was trying to get the votes off of Stephenie and on to me because I knew it wouldn't matter. But then also Stephenie was saying, you know, hey, if the votes are on me, I now have to play my shot in the dark. And I could not have that because in that game, having folks who have your back it's like critical.
Yeah, but you thought you were going to survive last night, didn't you? I know you said you thought it was... Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no. I thought it was Angelina. I thought it was going to be 3 people voting for Angelina, which in Stephenie, which she did, Ozzy and Emily. Yeah. And then Mike White, Kristen, and Angelina could have voted for me, which was perfect. On a revote, Angelina don't get the vote anymore. Right. So now it's only Mike White and Kristen against 3. Yeah. So that was my thinking, but it didn't pan out that way. I calculate the fact that Emily had to.
Now, Q, you said you were playing different for once. Do you regret your strategy going into this?
Oh, no. I don't regret my strategy at all. What I regret is, you know, a swap on, we only had 2 tribal councils, and a swap on, you know, day 7 was a bit early, but it's part of the game. Yeah. You know, I can't complain about that. The only thing I regret is the buff that I picked. I should have picked one to the left, one to the right.
Right.
I didn't do it.
But Q, everybody's saying it's in the hands of the fans. Jeff Probst says this is the best season ever because you bring back all the greats of the greats. Who were you most excited to play with when you found out you were going to be part of it? And who do you think is going to be the survivor at the end still standing? Who were you most excited and who's going to win?
Yeah, I was most excited to play with some of those old school players like Colby, Coach, Ozzy, believe it or not. And it was like, okay, I'm getting my chance, Cirie. But then also, you know, I really, really wanted to have an opportunity to connect back with Tiffany. Yeah. Because how we went out in our season was, you know, it was bittersweet for me because I lasted longer, but I kind of wanted to kind of rekindle that bond and show the world that, hey, we can do what we did on 46, but come back with 50, we got each other's back.
Yeah.
Who's going to win, Q, in your opinion? Who's going to win?
If I had to bet because, you know, I have to go stick to my guns, I'm going to say Tiffany.
Okay. All right, Q.
Are you mad, Q? Are you mad?
Mad at Ozzy,
It looks like you're chilling.
No. I'm never mad. There's no need to get mad. It's all part of the game.
All right. Love it. It's all part of the game.
Good.
You're the man, Q.
Last night's episode of Survivor 50 in the hands of the fans ended with a shocking elimination, and shocking is the word. So listen, guys, we're going to pause for 1 second if you don't want a spoiler alert. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. That's it. Here's a look.
5th person voted out of Survivor 50. Mike.
You skunks. Amazing. Good job, you guys. That was fun.
Oh, man. Sorry, bro.
All right.
I didn't know about it.
It's all good.
I love you too.
It's all good. All right, ciao, you guys.
Damn, blindsided. Thanks, guys.
I get it. It's all good.
It is not all good. Mike White joins us first on CBS This Morning. He also, by the way, you know this because we love this show, creator and writer of the very popular TV series is called The White Lotus. Mike, I know you're on location in France or you're in France. I got to tell you, my jaw is still at my apartment where it dropped on the floor. I cannot believe it. It was so upsetting. I can't imagine what you were feeling and thinking in that moment. Take us there. I'm still mad.
I'm honestly, I was definitely blindsided. Because I was friends with the majority of the people on that tribe previous to coming on and so I thought I was in a good space. So So yeah, I actually didn't even know what happened. I was kind of like, what happened?
Yes,
I was like trying to like figure out how could that happen? And so I was a little late to. In fact, like even after when they do the little interview when you're like saying your goodbye, I was like, what happened? I was very confused. So
Mike, that was
I guess I'm not as good a Survivor player as I thought I was.
I know. No, you're a very good player, and people are very upset that you were voted off. But I'm thinking about Christian because I feel Christian betrayed you. I thought certainly after the exchange with Emily, I thought he betrayed you. And if he's looking for a part in White Lotus, he can forget about it. But do you?
Well, he showed up to Thailand in last season and got himself on the show. So I guess maybe he got his cameo. Was like, screw it, I don't need him anymore. So I don't know. Maybe that was what happened. I don't know. But yeah,
Did you feel betrayed by him, Mike? Did you feel betrayed by him?
To be honest, like I felt, it's a little bit more just like, I feel like I'm fun. Like, I feel like I would be fun to have, to play the game with. And so I was like, really? Like, you don't want to play with me? Like, it was a little like, just, like playground, like, really? You don't want to play with me? Like, I want to play with you. Like, so like, I guess I was, it wasn't so much betrayed. I was just like, really? You want to play with, like, Emily and not me? I don't know.
But, Mike, do you feel, because you are so high profile and people know you are and love this show, do you think that the other players approached it strategically dealing with you because of who you are? Do you think that played a role?
I mean, it's funny, Gail, honestly, like, part of the reason I wanted to go back was, it's like, I don't know, like I guess in my head, I thought maybe I could like escape White Lotus, it's like this idea. I don't know why I thought that this could happen because it obviously proved not to be the case. But like, I thought like I could escape that identity a bit. And it seemed like fun to just play a game with a bunch of people that don't care about that. And then it turned out like, it became more like I am that guy. And it's like, I think when you become kind of famous in certain ways, you always like want to know how people would react to you, if you were free of all of that. And I guess I still have this fantasy of being able to shed that. And then you go and you realize, it's now it's baked into you. That's part of the deal.
That's
so
part
it's
of
like,
who you are, Mike White. Yeah.
Definitely, Mike. Yeah. Mike, so listen, I love the show because there are so many things that catch your eye, whether you are on the show or a viewer like myself, so many distractions. But one of the biggest distractions, I have to ask you about this, is your body. Mike, as a man that is in his mid-40s.
Even the castaways were like, okay, Mike
That's what I'm saying. Mike White hot is what I'm calling you right now. So give us some tips on how you were able to get this supreme body, Mike.
He's blushing. Mike, you're blushing.
Bro, I don't know. I mean, honestly, like, this sounds like, nobody's gonna be crying for me, but like, the White Lotus shoots are actually very draining, and I've learned that like I have to like prepare for those shoots, kind of like an athlete would prepare for, some event or something. So like I feel like I have to kind of stay in shape because it takes a lot out of me physically. So
well, you look
the
good.
Last couple of years, I felt like I've been trying to like work out before I shoot and so it's been amazing for me just personally, but like it was fun to go on. I've never been like an internet thirst trap before.
But now you are. Now you are. Yes. And it's not just.
It's like it's funny how like
internet thirst trap.
If you get in shape, I guess people are nice to you on the internet.
They're not just nice to you because you're a thirst trap, because you are the creative genius behind White Lotus. And I just want to shout out. You're on location now for season 4. You've announced the cast. I'm just going to read them off if people don't already know. You've got Max Greenfield, who we love here, Kumail Nanjiani, Chloe Bennett, Charlie Hall, and Jared Paul. I mean, this is an exciting cast. Well, can you give us a little bit of a teaser?
Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many more people in it, but it's gonna be different than any of the other seasons. I think it's gonna be like pretty fun. We're in the we're in the Côte d'Azur, and
I can't wait.
I'm here right now. I'm in Saint-Tropez, and it's just like I really feel like I did a life hack to be able to.
You hit that beach, that beach, and take off that T-shirt, Mike.
Mike, before you go, you called yourself a Machiavellian puppet master. Do you have any regrets about how you played the game? And then, in less than 10 seconds, Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I overestimated the depth of my friendships, and I mean it was just at least Christian.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I know. I was so disappointed in Christian, but Mike, cheering for you always.
Can't wait for season 4.
Can't wait for White Lotus. I'm available for a cameo.
We all are. We all want to be in it.
Thank you, Mike.
Let's
Thank
party.
you.
Come to San Tropez.
I'm there.
Say less.
Next Wednesday, say less is right. We welcome you back to CBS Mornings. Last night's episode of Survivor 50 in the hands of the fans ended with a double elimination. What? We're going to pause for just a moment. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, if you don't want a spoiler, because this is a big one. Take a look. Who was voted off?
6th person voted out of Survivor 50. Angelina, that's 3. That's enough. Need to bring me your torch. Angelina, hi. Good job, Spike. 7th person voted out of Survivor 50. Charlie, need to bring me your torch. Charlie, job is spoken.
Teardrops on my guitar, Jeff.
Time for you to go.
We do not approve.
Nope.
Eliminate
Nope.
Angelina, Keeley, and the diehard Swiftie Charlie Davis. So you know he's a good human being. Because he's a diehard Swiftie. So you just know he's a good human being. Join us first on CBS Morning.
Welcome.
Thank you, guys.
I don't want to say congratulations. I'll just say it's good to meet you both. Because, Charlie, I want to start with you because I could not believe it. To me, what happened to Kamilla? Because I thought that she was going to vote for Rizo.
Yeah.
Rizo, how shall we say, seems to have annoyed a lot of people.
He's a special kind of person, Rizo.
Some people would say he's an acquired taste.
Yes.
Were you surprised that you were voted off?
I was blindsided.
Yes.
It really was. You pointed out Kamilla and Dee. I didn't expect them to turn on me. We started on the same tribe, so I thought we had a tight alliance, but that's the game. Sometimes people get a little antsy. So
that is a game. And Angelina, a lot of people seem to have been gunning for you from day one.
From day one.
I don't know why.
Maybe because they knew you were friends with Mike.
That's what I was wondering. Do you think the fact that you were friends with Mike had something to do with it?
For sure. I think the prevailing, sentiment was that I was well connected and that Mike and I had one of the closest friendships outside the game, which is true. Yeah, it was a little bit of a false start for me out there, I felt like, on both those tribes.
Once you leave the island, the first thought is, could I have done something differently?
Yes.
If you're looking back at it now, would you have a different approach or strategy going into it?
I think for sure. I think as soon as you get your torch snuffed, it's almost like a wave of clarity, and you're like, oh no, like these are all the things I did wrong.
What would you have done differently?
I think for me, I would have gone into that tribe swap a lot more wary and I'll say paranoid. I should have been more paranoid of the people on my tribe and had just less trust in them overall, which is great in hindsight. But hey, lesson to future players, just keep the paranoia up.
What about you?
For me, I had a very clear strategy going in. It's been 7 years between my 2 seasons, and I had become a mom in that time. I had started a business, just a ton of growth. And I knew because of the way I played the first time that people were going to see me as that old player. And so I was working overtime to just be calm and be cool and be very under the radar. So that was all intentional. Right. I was trying to kind of reestablish myself as like, hey, I'm someone you can trust. I'm someone that's, a normal person.
I'm a normal
but I think a lot of people just saw that old version and they didn't give me a new shot. Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Charlie, you are, what Gail mentioned it at the top, you are a Swiftie. Everybody knows it. Die-hard Swiftie. So we put together a little Survivor-style Taylor Swift challenge for you. You ready?
Whoa.
Yeah, you ready?
I sure hope so.
He's all
out if you're ready.
He's got it.
If your time on Survivor 50 were a Taylor Swift song, which one would it be?
Oh my gosh. What's her shortest song? I'm not sure. I'll go with,
it's definitely not the 10-minute version.
I'll go, no, not all too well 10 minutes.
Not the extended version.
I'll go with the song that I referenced on my way out, which is Teardrops on My Guitar. It was tough. It was tough.
Or Bad Blood.
Or
Life of a Showgirl or Life of a Survivor Castaway. Which would you choose?
Life of a Showgirl.
All right.
At one and the same.
At Tribal Council, do you like when sparks fly or when there's bad blood?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a Speak Now album fan at heart.
I like it.
Which is Sparks Fly.
Right.
So I'm gonna go Sparks Fly. Get a little feisty at Tribals. Always fun.
All right.
And Angelina, how are you processing this? I mean, when you sum up the game, they say in the hands of the fans, it's like nothing that's ever been done before. Was it still a good experience for you? What are you thinking?
Oh, I'm so grateful for it. I mean, Survivor, it makes you dig into the deepest parts of yourself and makes you realize, like, I got this. Just in the same way that motherhood does, that life does. And so I'm grateful for it.
Were you mad when you were voted off?
No, I left so joyfully. I mean, I gave him my jacket.
Yes.
To me, that's my love language, right? I'm like,
that was like a full circle for you.
It was full circle because, you know, I had, been known for better or for worse for begging for someone's jacket. And so I was like, you know what, let me pull this full circle and pass on the goodwill here. But, you know, the writing was on the wall for me. I was pretty devastated after Mike left. We didn't see a lot of it last night. In fact, we're not seeing a lot of female voices this season. And so I hope the production steps that up because I think that's really a shame. But yeah, I am so glad I went out there. I went for my daughters this time, and it's so cool to have my 3- and 6-year-old be able to watch me go and do this. And it's a really brave thing just to show up.
It is.
You know?
And
put yourself out there.
Yeah. Even though it was a short ride, it was fun for you guys in this season.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Angelina, Charlie.
Well, Survivor Universe cannot stop talking about last night's historic episode of Survivor 50. It included the largest tribe merger in show history. So it brought all 17 castaways to one beach. That has never been done before. And for the first time, this has never been done before either. There were 3 tribal councils with 3 castaways voted off. Wow. So we're going to pause for a moment because if you didn't watch it last night, we don't want to spoil it for you. So 1, Mississippi 2, Mississippi 3. That's enough. Now take a look at who was voted off last night.
8th person voted out of Survivor 50. Kamilla. Need to bring me your torch. Kamilla, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. 9th person voted out of Survivor 50. Genevieve. That's 3, that's enough. Need to bring me your torch. Genevieve, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. 10th person voted out of Survivor 50. Colby. That's 3. That's enough. Need to bring me a torch. One last time, Donaldson. Colby, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
All right, guys. Good luck. Find the joy. Just find the joy in the game. Good luck to all of you. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Colby.
Oh, the voted off castaways, Kamilla, Genevieve, and Colby join us first on CBS Mornings. Good morning, guys. It's good to see all of you. Colby, I'm going to start with you because I'm still clutching my pearls about that. I just thought those comments that you made, and I mean this, Colby, the comments that you made before the vote was taken, I thought there's no way people can vote him off after you're talking about what the game meant to you, the kind of player that you are, the kind of man that you are. I thought there's no way. So not only were you voted off, but it was unanimous, and then somebody voted you off and put a little heart on it. I'm thinking, whoever that is, stop doing that. So were you surprised? It almost like you felt maybe it was coming yourself.
Morning, Gail. Thanks for having us all on.
Yes.
Good to see my players on the screen there, Genevieve and Kamilla. It's fun to see them again. Yes, to answer your question, it was a foregone conclusion, and I was very clear about the fact that I was going home. They made it no secret. Obviously, they've got to build the little suspense in the tribal council for the viewers, but there was no suspense. Everyone there, in fact, Probst had asked everyone before the vote, because I told him I knew I was going home, and he went one by one, and they all said, yeah.
But Colby, why did you know you were going home? Was it because your foot was hurt and people thought, well, he's medically hurt, he might not even last? Why did you know you were going home?
The injury didn't help, but that wasn't the biggest thing. The problem, Gail, is I lost my vote very early on in the game. And when you don't have a vote, you really have no value to the other players, and it's very difficult to make moves. So I didn't have a vote, and because of the no vote, I also didn't have a shot in the dark, which is your last attempt to save yourself in a tribal council. So I was literally a sitting duck. And if I were Cirie, I would have targeted me too. I mean, she made the best move. as did Dee and Emily. So I can't fault them for that. I knew that was their best play, and they certainly took it.
Yeah, well, Kamilla, it can't be said for you. Your face clearly showed that you were shocked when you were voted off. And I like your parting words were nice to be played. But
yeah.
But you had been scheming the whole night too. So what were your thoughts when you were voted off?
I had a lot of thoughts. You know, there were little hints during the day where I'm like, that was a little weird. That was a little weird. But I was trying to not let myself get paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
I should have let myself get paranoid. I chose to believe that Jonathan was going to stick with us, but yeah, I got played. It was fun. Normally I do playing, but this time it was fun.
Well,
I never experienced that before.
because last week you were the swing vote. I had a lot of people that said they thought you were going to go all the way because you were such a skillful player. Jeff had said earlier in the day that in this game you have to have friends. You know, you have to be skilled, but you also have to have friends. Relationships count. Do you think that you didn't have enough of the relationships, or do you think you had relationships you thought you had that in the end let you down?
I think the majority of my relationships were outside of this group of five. Not like Tiff was one of them.
Yeah.
But I didn't have many conversations with Chrissy. I had maybe one conversation with Steph prior to us getting on the same swap tribe together. And then with Jonathan, yeah, I mean, I even straight up asked him, "You're not writing my name down," because I was getting a little suspicious. But he said, "Don't ever say that." I was like, "Okay."
Okay. And Genevieve, the big drama of the night seemed to be between you and Aubry. You guys just don't seem to be able to get along. Do you think that hurt you?
Yeah, Gail, once I saw the color of rock I had and the color of rock that some other people had, like Colby said, sort of a sitting duck. But you got to try, you know, until your torch is snuffed, you got to try whatever you got.
You got to try. Listen, everybody can say the cream of the crop was playing last night, and I want to do a quick thing, go around the horn. Who do you all think is going to be the last one standing? Genevieve, we'll start with you.
I think Stephenie is pretty well positioned at this point.
Who?
I do.
Who?
Stephenie. Stephenie is pretty well positioned. Yeah, she approaches the game in a way where whether you're playing with her or against her, it doesn't feel like a personal attack. And so it makes her pretty adaptable.
Okay, Kamilla?
I hope Tiff wins. I really do. I hope she goes and she avenges me.
All right, Colby?
I think Cirie has put herself once again in an incredible position. She's playing a lot of people the right way, making the right connections, and I think she's long for this game.
Guys, it's been so fun to watch. I'm sorry that it didn't work out for you last night, but thank you for giving us a great time watching you all play. Thank you. Last night's episode of Survivor 50 in the hands of the fans marked the halfway point of this season. Every castaway voted off from here on out will be a member of the all-important jury, which will decide this season's winner at the final tribal council in May. Wow. So who was voted off last night and became the first member of the jury? We're going to pause for one moment in case you don't want this spoiler. 1, Mississippi, 2, Mississippi, 3, Mississippi. That's time to mute. Now take a look at who was voted off.
11th person voted out of Survivor 50 and the first member of our jury. Dee, that's 7. That's enough. You need to bring your torch.
Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it.
Dee, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Appreciate you.
Do you appreciate you? Voted off castaways, Dee Valladares. The lovely Dee joins us first on CBS Mornings. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
I did not think you were going. I honestly thought it was going to be Coach. Something I'd never seen before, Dee. In the middle of where they're having the discussion, she gets up, guys, and goes over to other people and says, "Vote off Coach."
I know.
Right?
I've never seen that in Survivor.
He heard you say that?
Did he say that? Yes.
Yeah. Didn't you think he was going to? It seemed like they had the votes for Coach. I don't know what happened.
I don't think I had enough numbers with me, but I was not going to go down without a fight because if I got chosen to be on this massive season, it was to fight and give it my all.
So did you think you were going? Did you think it so?
I did, and I do think that they made the right decision.
Why?
Why? Come on.
I do, of course. I think the more I go into the game, the more momentum I gain. And they knew that. So, and I'm the last winner standing.
in this massive season, if you haven't won already, you don't want a winner to win again, right? So.
Okay.
Interesting. So before the Tribal Council, Coach, I mean, he's been frustrating me all season long.
The Dragon Slayer.
Right, exactly, the Dragon Slayer. But he's also been frustrating your fellow castaways by trying to control who voted for which castaway during Tribal Council. Did you think that that would help him get voted off? Is that why you were sort of cajoling the other castaways and being like, get this guy?
100%. I think everyone makes mistakes in this game. It's just what the timing of the mistakes matter. And I think for Coach, that timing was great for me. So I did try to push it a little bit there, but of course didn't work.
So, you know, after last week's triple Tribal Council, you got into it with Coach and Jonathan.
Yeah.
And then Jonathan said, you know, I just wanted to get under his skin.
Yeah. It worked.
Did you know that at the time?
No, I didn't know that at the time, and I thought he did a phenomenal job. But I also think I was a little bit of a ticking time bomb. I was going to argue with one of them at one point in the game. But like I said, that in that moment, it was the mistake in that moment because everything just kind of crashed down. And I had also told Emily about Rizo's idol, and that.
Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Because they thought that was a betrayal.
Gail, I came in knowing I'm playing with house money, and I want to have fun, and I'm going to go hard, and that meant allowing myself to make mistakes and just trying something new. And I pride myself on being a vault in and out of the game. And I'm like, let me try something new.
Okay, but you know this game. You know how this works.
Yeah.
So were you upset that she told what you told her not to say?
I cried.
Did you not expect that, though?
Did you
cry? Yeah.
Yeah, I cried because she's a friend in real life, and we played our season together. And like even a few months prior, like we had gone on a trip together, and it hurts. But at the same time, Emily also voted for me to win my season. So.
I know, but it was a bit of a betrayal. That's the thing about this game.
It is. That's right.
You won season 45. You won $1 million. What did you do with the money? Do you mind?
I traveled a lot.
Okay.
I went to Spain with my girls. I took my mom to Madrid.
Good.
Yeah, I love experiences, and that's what I want to take with me. So.
Was it still fun for you playing again?
Yes.
It was?
Yes, it was so fun. It was actually more fun this time because no matter what, I'm just going to be free, and I'm just gonna be free.
Is there anybody who's playing now that's still in the game that you're going, I don't know how they're still in and I'm out?
Emily! Emily, what the heck? Let's see how many more secrets.
So then I'm already feeling you're on this jury, which is kind of the first time thing. Can you share it all with us? I mean, it feels like Emily's in your sights. What are you thinking?
I never got to experience what it's like to be on a jury, so for me, it's honestly a dream come true because I really have first seat tickets to the greatest show ever. And I think for me this time around playing this game, it's, you know, first time I played it for my family and I won, and I'm so obviously very proud of that. But this time was a little bit more for impact. And I knew, okay, maybe my purpose on the season was to change somebody else's life, or, you know, the little girl that's watching, you know, the immigrant girl there. And I've gotten a ton of messages about. And that's what I love to see. Like, the kids are watching you.
That's beautiful.
My kids love you.
You were so fun to watch. Who do you think is going to be last man standing?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm hoping for a Tiff or Cirie win.
Cirie!
I know.
Everybody loves Cirie.
For a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah, for a reason. But Tiff was no joke either yesterday. She was gunning for Coach,
Don't mess with Tiff.
All right, Dee. Thank you so much.
Welcome back to CBS Morning. Last night's episode of Survivor 50 in the hands of fans ended with a stunning double elimination. In a surprise twist, the castaways paired up together, and then at a historic tribal council, one pair was voted out. We're going to pause for just one moment. If you don't want a spoiler, you ready? Like earmuffs, cover those ears, cover those eyes.
No.
All right, here we go. We're going to take a look at who was voted off.
12th and 13th players voted out of the game, and the 2nd and 3rd members of our jury. Chrissy and Coach. That's 6, that's enough. Chrissy, you'll be first. Need to bring me your torch. Chrissy, the tribe has spoken. Coach, the tribe has spoken.
The voted off castaways, Benjamin, Coach Wade, and Chrissy Hofbeck. They join us first on CBS Mornings. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Morning. Yeah, Coach's name is Benjamin.
I didn't know
he had a first name.
Just Coach. All these years, it's just been Coach. Look, I'm not going to lie, Coach. I mean, I know that you had a lot of haters out there, including on the island, but you were one of my fan favorites. This was a very unique episode where you were agreed and asked to pair up to ahead of elimination. How did you and Chrissy end up paired together?
I mean, you know, we were alliances since day one. And we felt very comfortable together. And I think when it came to picking pairs, she was like my number one choice. I immediately looked over at her and she gave me a big smile. I gave her a big smile. I went like this. And, you know, we were running the game from day one. It just seemed natural.
Well, Chrissy, this is a good question for you because you knew people were gunning for Coach. When you two paired up together, were you worried about, well, I don't know if this is going to work out so well being paired up with you? Because you even said, you even asked him to tone it down a couple of times in the episode last night. Were you worried that it could cost you the way it has?
No, there was no part of me that ever thought it was going to be a double elimination by pairs. That was such a surprise when we went to the challenge. And it was very natural for me to want to be with Coach. Coach was my best friend and my number one person since the first day. I still am grateful for him for the game and that we were, you know, matched up together. We played the game together and we went out together.
And Coach, what about you? Given the tension of the other castaways, were you suspicious about being voted off?
You know, I'm just doing my thing out there. It's a show, and I just, I mean, I love life, right? I wake up every morning. It's 5 o'clock in California. I wake up every morning wildly excited to be alive. And so out there, you get to a point where the gameplay kind of slips to the side, and the haikus come out, and the singing comes out, and you know, like I'm having a great time. There's cameramen all the time, so if there's nobody listening, then I'm performing for them. I'm breaking the fourth wall.
Hopefully you'll have a haiku before we get off the I'd love to see what you do in this. I'd love to see what you do in this moment.
Chrissy, let me ask you. You tried to rally against Rizo, which kind of backfired on you when Cirie came back from exile. Do you regret campaigning against him?
No, I did not.
He's like, nope.
I don't, even though it got me voted out. So I really felt at that point that Rizo was everyone's sort of like final 3-0 vote getter kind of person they were bringing along, and I didn't want to play that kind of game for 50. I felt like I wanted the end game to be the people who deserve the end game. I mean, it got me voted out. I don't regret it. I would do it again.
How are you guys enjoying the way they're doing it this season with all the challenges, all the strategy in the hands of the fans? Do you like how this is playing out? Is the game harder to do? No, and the fans want big twists, which the series has done so far. How do you guys like this way of playing it, the game?
Well, I think that, you know, this is a great season. And it's easy in the moment to say, oh, there's too many twists. When you're out there, obviously, it's, you know, a complete, you know, bamboozlement. But I think when people look back at the season, they're going to say, yeah, there was a lot of twists, but it keeps you on your toes. And it's unpredictable. You never want Survivor to be predictable. And this season, it's certainly far from it.
You know, here's a question for both of you. As a former football player, we wake up on Monday morning and we call ourselves Monday morning quarterbacks. Right. Because we can look back and tell ourselves we would do something differently now that the game is over. So now that the game is over, would you two approach it differently as far as strategy?
Chrissy?
Could, yeah, okay. So the one thing that I would have done differently is not given so much trust to how confident Stephenie was in sort of her half of the alliance that she was bringing in.
Yeah.
Right? So my first game, I went to the end. I came in second place, but I clawed my way to the end as a single. And this game, I really wanted to trust other people and work together with other people. And I did that really closely with Coach, really closely with Jonathan. We put our trust in Stephenie and believed that she had Ozzy and Cirie when she did not, in fact, have Ozzy and Cirie. I think that is the one thing that I would have done differently. P.S. That's on me. That's not on Stephenie, right? So.
Yeah, you know, Coach, you ended by saying this was a healing experience and a great honor, and you said good luck to the fellow contestants. A, did you mean that? And who do you think is going to be last person standing? I want to get both you and Chrissy on that. Last person standing.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's like, you know, it's a beautiful experience. I almost didn't come back. I've been telling them no for many years. and it was healing. And of course I meant it. You know, like, you're not going to show your character when you're winning. When you're losing, you're going to show your character. And so I had no animosity in that moment. I was appreciative that Rizo said, you know, Coach, you're my hero. And Jeff and I had a great moment. And so it was a very beautiful experience.
Okay.
I love being out there. I will agree with Chrissy's sentiment about, you know, the beginning of the game, we both trusted our own instinct. And when you get to the merge, the first person I wanted out was Rizo, because I was having flashbacks of playing with Russell in season 20.
Last person standing, Chrissy, both of you, give me a name.
Right now, I think that actually Jonathan and Cirie are the two that are playing
Cirie,
the best game.
Coach.
All right.
Agreed. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say Jonathan and Rizo.
All right, Coach. Chrissy, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Last night's episode of Survivor 50 in the hands of the fans ended with another castaway being voted off. Did you watch? A lot of you did. So, who was eliminated and became the fourth member of the jury? We're going to pause for just a minute. If you didn't watch it last night, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. Let's go, Kelly. Let's take a look.
14th person voted out of Survivor 50 and the fourth member of our jury. Christian, that's 5. That's enough. Need to bring me a torch. Christian, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Congratulations, everyone. Ooh, time for you to go. The voted off castaway was Christian Hubicki. No, no, no. And he joins us first on CBS Morning. I honestly did not think it was going to be you. I thought it was going to be Rick or Emily. But let's start with you. What is it like, though, in that moment? We're sitting at home and we're watching those words, time for you to go. Jeff snuffs out the flame. What are you thinking and feeling in that moment?
Well, first off, pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we're glad you're here.
I mean, like, once you're voted out, you realize you're like, okay, you're transitioning from being a competitor. You're in the game and you are just trying everything you can to win, you know, pull out every trick you can. And then all of a sudden you have to transition to like, okay, you're now a member of the jury. Your job is shifted, right? And now it's time to pass the torch, literally in this case, on to all the other survivors. And you just hope, you wish them all well, and you realize your job is to make sure that the show ends as best as it can.
Christian, do you really wish them well? Because you said, I truly wish you well. You didn't just say, I wish you well. You said, I truly wish you well.
Well, if I'd said truly, it must be true by definition, right, Gail? No, I mean, in all seriousness.
She sounds suspicious of that.
Interesting. That's what you're saying. No, but I would say that we're all there to play really hard. There's nothing that makes any one of us special and more deserving than everyone else. And reminding yourself of that by wishing them all well is a way to make sure that, you know, they know that you're going to treat them fairly when you're on the jury.
Yeah, two of the things that you try to figure out are the alliances and also who's being targeted. You know, I like to ask those that are booted off if they could go back, would they approach it differently, your strategy differently?
I mean, it seemed like you trusted some people that actually betrayed you.
Oh, and certainly I trusted people that absolutely betrayed me. That's part of the game, is you have to assess as best you can, who is a person who's going to be on your side. And you will miscalculate sometimes. I mean, at least I did. But I think I got a lot of things right. I certainly thought I was closer to Cirie than I was. And that's why I trusted her with that information. I think that was the critical thing.
That was the critical thing.
That was the critical thing. And on Survivor, you're only as good as your worst day.
And
so you make... and hopefully life is not like that, but Survivor is, and that's what happened.
To your point, do you think that Ozzy and Jonathan knew you were targeting them?
I mean, Cirie told them.
Yes.
So I think
without her telling, do you think they would have had any idea?
I don't think they would have known if not Cirie telling me. There's a reason I kept it close-knit. I told Rick, my great buddy Rick, he was right there, I told him, and I thought I would need Cirie's help to marshal that vote. Huge mistake, but you got to trust someone, you know?
She went right back and told them.
Indeed.
Christian, I'm fascinated by the general culture of the show. Right, we're talking about 50 seasons. And this is virtually unique in the history of American television. Very few shows have lasted 50 seasons. So as a participant, a fan, a judge, what do you think accounts for that incredible longevity?
I mean, one thing that's beautiful about the show is how it brings together people from all walks of life. I mean, you might, if you've heard of this show 25 years ago, it's a survivalist show. Well, you're going to get a bunch of, you know, survivalists, doomsday preppers who are going to get in. It's like, no, I'm a real-life robotics professor, and they just dumped me on an island like that was a good idea. And it turns out it was a lot of fun, right? You get, you know, people who are truckers or wrestlers or Hollywood screenwriters. You know, everyone comes to that island and think that because everyone sees a slice of themselves in the show, that's why they keep watching all these years later.
What would I do in that situation?
Exactly.
How would I play that?
There is that fantasy element of you you being there, that vicarious survivalist element.
But Christian, you had a really interesting role last night because you're on a situation where Jimmy Fallon comes into play. Talk about, so Jimmy Fallon has a challenge. He's a huge Survivor fan, apparently. He had written a note to whoever ends up on this barge. It was you.
Yes.
And what do you have to say to Jimmy Fallon? Because his twist was very interesting. Tell them what the twist was involving Jimmy Fallon.
So Jimmy Fallon puts this twist out there that if he's saying that, hey, if you do this thing, you'll get some advantage, but if you don't, something bad's going to happen. And I had to read a note back at camp saying, guess what, Christian, you've got to vote for yourself at Tribal Council. You got to vote yourself, try to vote yourself off the island.
That had never been done before.
That had never been done before. I didn't see that coming.
How are you feeling about Jimmy Fallon today?
Oh, I mean, I'm sure we're chill. You know, we still. Okay. I think we have a few things to work out. I'll get a mediator in and we'll work through our issues.
The other thing that was interesting last night, Jeff was participating in the challenge.
Yes.
We had never seen Jeff. What did you think about that twist? I thought that was cool too.
I thought that was also a Jimmy Fallon idea and a great one. I love that one. And I always wanted to compete against Jeff in a challenge. He loves to. He loves to commentate on
and
how
trash talk
and trash talk, if you will. And it's like I get to play against him now. And
how did you do against Jeff?
Oh, I beat Jeff. I mean, come on, look at me.
Well, Gail,
there's any doubt.
I want you to ask the question that you ask at this time in the segment about who they think.
Yes, who do you think? Well, number one, Nate, when he was going off, he said, "I'm doing this for my son." How old is your son?
He just turned 1.
What's his name?
His name's Michael.
And Michael, and you said, "I just want to make him proud." I was very touched by that.
Thank you.
Why that mattered to you?
It really, I mean, there's a lot of things going on in your head on the island, right? And it was just important to have a core motivation for me to remember something to fight for beyond yourself.
So you were fighting for Michael. Yeah. So in that vein, who do you think is going to be the last person standing?
Oh, I hope it's my buddy Rick, of course. I mean, like
really, Rick? I thought Rick was gone yesterday.
Oh, Rick, but Rick's amazing. I mean, did you see that awesome stunt that he pulled?
But I thought he was gone.
Yeah.
So Rick would be your choice for last person standing?
Oh my goodness, we're Kirk and Spock. You know, we're pairs, right?
No doubt. Well, listen, Chrissy Hubicki, thank you so much.
And may the force
for hanging out with us.
you,
Well done, Matt.
We welcome you back to CBS Mornings. It's 8:30. Last night's episode of Survivor 50 in the hands of the fans had a game-changing advantage thanks to YouTube superstar Mr. Beast. This episode was huge and a stunning twist. Castaway Rick Devens flipped a coin to win Immunity Idol. It also increased the prize money for this season's winner from $1 million to $2 million. That was big. But who was voted off and who became the 5th member of the jury? So we're going to pause for a moment because if you haven't watched it yet, you really don't want to know what's going to happen here. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. We're going. Now take a look at who was voted off last night.
15th person voted out of Survivor 50 and the 5th member of our jury. Steph, that's 6. That's enough. Need to bring me your torch.
I'm not surprised.
Steph, the tribe has spoken.
Thanks.
Time for you to go.
Can I have a hug?
Of course. Thanks for coming back out.
Thanks. It was amazing.
The voted off castaway Stephenie LaGrossa. Kendrick joins us. I know.
She just said it.
Joins us first on CBS Mornings. Yeah, Stephenie's just telling.
Say that louder part.
Yes.
I needed
Use
a
your
hug.
outside voice.
I needed a hug from someone I could trust.
Yes, I know. Because Stephenie, let me tell you, there was a lot of betrayal last night.
A lot.
Who betrayed you the most? Do you think? Because I didn't think you were going to go last night.
Well, first of all, it was a mess, right? The whole thing was a mess. Honestly, I really thought I was still with Cirie and Ozzy. I did. So I felt betrayed by them. I did. And then Joe, yet again, knowing, goes over and tells Cirie our whole plan. And I'm like, Joe, what are you doing? You're supposed to be with Jonathan and I. You didn't tell us about Coach and Chrissy. And Cirie tells you, they got to go. We got to get them 2 birds with 1 stone. This is our chance.
But you were accused of not telling the truth, too. At one point, they said to you, man up, tell the truth. You
Rizo.
know what,
Good old
Rizo
Rizo.
said, Rizo said that to you. Said, man up, you know what you said.
And I was telling the truth, actually. You know, I didn't want to throw Jonathan under the bus.
Yeah.
It was Jonathan's idea to take out Ozzy, try to make a big move.
Yeah.
As soon as Rick went on his tangent, because Joe goes and tells Cirie, so Cirie now knows the whole deal, I was like, I'm not going to throw Jonathan under the bus. He's my main alliance. He's the only guy out here left I can trust.
Yeah.
I'm going to flip it back on Aubry and Devens. If for some reason we can't get Devens out, it'll be Aubry. So there's a lot you didn't see.
But for people that don't know all the characters, because listen, I got to be honest, I just started watching this season. Yeah. Now I'm all caught up in it. But for people who don't watch the show, you first went on the show when you were 21 years old. 21 years ago, you were 25 years old. And you said, now a lot has changed in your life. You have children, but you said, good luck, it was an honor to be here. When you were voted off, did you feel that way? Because you said this was hard for you.
I've always been a good sport. I'm not a sore loser. I mean, nobody likes to lose, right? But I do have 3 kids now. And it was important.
And you say that to, well, you say 3 kids, meaning what for you?
Well, I mean, it's a different time in my life. And I've got to teach them, you got to lose gracefully, right? You can't always win.
Got to teach them game theory.
And game theory, yeah. And like,
alliances sometimes aren't what they appear.
No, and life's tough. And alliances are meant to be broken. You know what I mean? They just are. And as much as I gave Cirie my word very early in the game, before the game, I mean, we have a long background, a long history. This is the 4th reality show we've done together.
Now speaking of that, you talk about trust, and that is really one of the biggest factors when it comes to some of these reality shows, especially, this and Traders you mentioned. But Cirie said that you have this lack of a poker face.
Correct. I'm not a good liar.
You're not a good liar.
I'm not, especially with people that know me.
Yeah, so what is it like hearing that and then knowing that about yourself?
Yeah.
And also realizing a big part of being successful on Survivor is being able to lie successfully.
So I lied successfully to Mike White. He did not think he was going home, and he told me after the fact, you're a really good liar. So I do pat myself on the back for that, okay? But with somebody like Cirie around who knows me so well, it's very hard, which is why I told her about my steal a vote. You know what I mean? Now, did I think she was going to go run to Rizo right away and tell him and backstab me there?
But would you say to her, Cirie, why'd you do that?
I didn't know until I watched the show. So in hindsight, I'm like, what is she doing? She's taken out every single ally of mine who I think's hers the whole time.
Talk to us real briefly about the auction and the letters from the loved ones, because that was an emotional bid.
That was emotional. Beast, that was amazing. I got like 12 letters from my brothers, my parents, my children, my husband. That was amazing to be able to get that out there. And that's the 3rd time I've been to the auction. I'm the only person on Survivor ever that's gone 3 times.
Was it cool to see Mr. Beast? Because he changed the game with that 2 million
Mr.
prize.
Beast, my kids love him.
Of course they do.
Like, he's a big deal.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, his twist is part of the reason I went home. So I've got a bone to pick with Mr. Beast. You hear me, Mr. Beast?
Around here, Nate is Mr. Beast.
No. Yeah, Nate is Mr. Beast. Who do you think is going to win? Because you're a member of the jury. Who are you picking to win it all?
Honestly,
last man standing.
I'm a little worried for Jonathan because it looks like Joe is not, he's got nobody left. But I'm going to pick Jonathan. He's playing a great game.
Okay. All right, Stephenie LaGrossa. Thank you so much, Stephenie LaGrossa, Kendrick.
We know that music. Last night's episode of Survivor 50 ended with a surprising double elimination. What? The 9 remaining castaways were split into 2 groups following the immunity challenge and forced to vote out a castaway from each group. So who became the next members of the jury? So we're going to pause. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. If you don't want a spoiler, 3 Mississippi, 4, let's go. Now take a look at who was voted off.
16th person voted out of Survivor 50 and the 6th member of our jury. Emily, need to bring me a torch. Emily, the tribe has spoken. 17th person voted out and the 7th member of our jury. Ozzy. Guys. That's 3. That's enough. Need to bring me your torch. Ozzy. The tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Wow, that was a hard one. They voted off castaways Ozzy, Lusth, and Emily Flippen. Join us first on CBS Mornings. Good morning. Emily, it's good to see you. Hang tight for just a second. Ozzy, I want to start with you because we were screaming at the TV. You had a dream that you were going to be voted off. You had an idol that you could have played. Why didn't you play it?
You know, that's a question I've been asking myself for almost a year. Wake up in the middle of the night, cold sweats. Well, wait, I can change my timeline. And, unfortunately, you can't. So.
Yeah. But what do you think was the biggest mistake? Who do you think betrayed you? See, a lot of people betrayed you, I thought, last
I mean, I'd say Emily, but she wasn't with me this time.
Yes.
But no, definitely Rizo. Rizo was my number 1. And he stabbed me in the back.
He did.
That's what you do when you're a young buck trying to come up in the game. He had something to prove, and I think that, it might work out for him, might not.
But Ozzy, you actually looked really hurt and upset. Were you feeling that in that moment? You really looked like, how could you guys do this to me? Most people don't say that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that I had a little bit of had a little bromance going, and I thought that my dudes were gonna be there for me. So when the knife went in, it hurt. It really did hurt, because I thought that we had some trust. We had so many moments of connection out there, talking about our fathers, you know.
Yes.
That was a big thing for me, you know. My father, who wasn't around, and unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to talk about my dad, who's a big part of my life, that he really shaped me growing up, and he was somebody that was there for me. And I want to say I love you, John. Thank you so much. You mean the world to me, and I'm sorry that, you know, sometimes when you air things about your personal life on national television, it can hurt some people.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that I love my dad so much, and you know, he was a huge influence in making me.
We could see that last night. Emily, let's get you in the conversation, because you, on the other hand, you seemed to indicate that you thought you would be going last night. Were you surprised?
I was hopeful that this crazy plan I had worked out in my head would maybe work, but yeah, I think I had the awareness that I knew the pecking order well enough that I figured I was going home unless something crazy happened. But I didn't know about Cirie's extra vote, so when the vote started to come in, I had about a split second where I looked over at Rick and I thought, oh my gosh, this plan actually worked? Before realizing, no, in fact, it did not.
Well, yeah, I was
going to say, Emily's reputation is that you're very chatty,
yes,
Emily.
Chatty Cathy.
Yes. Yeah, that you tend to betray a lot of confidences, Emily.
Telling a lot of secrets, Gail.
Telling a lot of secrets. Was that your strategy, or are you just, by nature, that person?
I really wish I could sit here and say that this was strategy, that I was playing some 4D chess. I think through this process, I have figured out, for better or worse, I really do have foot and mouth syndrome. Like, I like to say I'm a verbal processor, but I did not realize how bad my blabbermouthery was until I'm watching it back. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Emily, be quiet. For once in your life, just shut your mouth.
Oh my gosh, Ozzy. In the NBA, there's guys like Charles Barkley. In the NFL, there's guys like Dan Marino. In Major League Baseball, there's guys like Barry Bonds. What am I talking about? Individuals that played a long time that did not win the big game. Some consider you one of the greatest to ever play, but never win. You've been playing 20 years.
20 years.
What has this meant to you, this journey meant to you?
I mean, I think you said it best. The journey is the destination, you know, and you got to enjoy each and every moment going through, because chances are you're not going to win. And winning really doesn't necessarily have to be everything. It's how you play the game. So I'm just absolutely honored that I got a chance to play the first time, second time, third time, fourth time, and to be able to come back and play 5 times, it has been an opportunity of a lifetime. And
you are considered one of the greats. You are my son's favorite player. He woke up and think, Bob, it's devastating. Emily, who do you predict is going to be last man standing?
Oh, it's really hard to argue with the game that Cirie is playing today. I mean, gosh, you look back on it and it's her strategy, her social game is through the roof.
Okay, all right, Ozzy, your prediction?
Yeah, I gotta say, you know, Cirie is playing an amazing game, but there's snakes in the grass. There's people that we haven't. Tiffany, I think, is a great example. She's a challenge beast. She's been kind of under the radar, and she does have what it takes to go all the way to the end.
Well,
snakes
Ozzy,
in the grass.
Emily, thank you so much, both of you, for joining us.
Last night's episode of Survivor 50 ended with a surprising double elimination, and they were big. So who became the next members of the jury? We're going to pause for one moment. You don't want a spoiler. Earmuffs.
That's right.
All right, now, ready? Take a look.
18th person voted out and the 8th member of our jury. Devens. That's 4. That's enough. Need to bring me your torch. Devens, chopper spoken. Time for you to come. 19th person voted out and the 9th member of our jury. Cirie, need to bring me your torch?
I'm forever grateful for what Survivor has done for me. I don't even have the words to express how grateful and thankful I am for finding out that there's so much more to life than what I knew from sitting on my couch and watching TV.
And now, Cirie, you know what I'm about to say.
I know, don't say it.
Why don't you say it?
Well, Jeff, I guess the tribe has spoken.
They have, Cirie.
Good luck, guys.
Oh, my goodness.
Aww.
They've voted off castaways. Rick Devens and Cirie Fields joined us first on CBS Mornings. I'm still not over it, guys. You two were powerhouses.
That's right.
Powerhouses. Cirie, let's start with you. We just showed that clip of when the tribe spoke. You had those beautiful words to say, saying that you really found out through this experience of being on Survivor what life can really be. What did you mean by that?
It's been a 20-year journey, unexpectedly. When I tried out for Survivor in 2005, I thought, I go on, I play, I win or lose, and then I go back to regular life. But I've gotten so many awesome experiences, Adrienne. I went to the Grammys. I rang the bell at the New York Stock Exchange. Me, Cirie, little old girl from Jersey City. And so many, I went... visited the troops in Afghanistan. I've done so many things that I would have never done in my regular life if I just stayed on the couch.
That's right. Shout out to Jersey City. Rick, listen, the castaways, they expressed that they were nervous to even sit next to you during the final tribal council because they thought you could win. Did you really believe that you were that big of a threat?
It's hard to believe that you're that big of a threat when you're there with Cirie Fields. Yeah, I think my antics that sometimes drove them crazy also made the jury really embrace me. That jury is looking for entertainment, and you can give it to them at Tribal Council, and that's kind of where I do a lot of my magic. Eventually, last night, I flushed the mouse, but up to that point, things were going real well, and I did feel like I could sprint to the end and take this thing, as long as I wasn't sitting next to Cirie.
Speaking of Cirie, you've been doing this for 20 years, right?
Yes.
This is your 6th Survivor season. And when we look back at the 50 seasons, I wanted to ask you, as a connoisseur of the show, what is the enduring appeal of this show? Why do people keep coming back? Why do viewers keep coming back?
The contestants keep coming back because you get something new every season. You get a new set of cast members. You get a new life experience. It's like no other thing in life where you're going to receive whether you win, lose, or draw, you're going to leave with a story and something that you learn about yourself or about people. And the fans keep coming back because there's someone that everybody can relate to. If it's not me, it's Devens. If it's not Devens, it's Christian. Everybody finds themselves on the show, whether they want it to or not. They just happen to see, like, wow, this person is just like me. Maybe I could do it. And it inspires people.
Cirie, you were my pick from the beginning, girl, because you had that mastermind strategy. It was just incredible to watch. But Rick, I want to turn to you because when you were at Tribal Council, you talked about the almost spiritual experience of being on Survivor, what it means to be on the island and look up at the sky. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the last time I played was pre-COVID. It had been 7 years, and I had lost my father-in-law, my uncle, grandmother, and it's just, in Fiji, when you're out there on an island away from all the lights, all the electricity, I mean, you literally feel closer to heaven. And it just feels like every shooting star is there as a message for you. And it's something that I've never found anywhere else. And, of course, I'm missing my kids, Jack and Juliet, my wife, Becca. And you just feel them close to you when you're in a place like Fiji that's magical.
Cirie and Rick, Cirie, I want to give you a chance to give a quick shout out to Jersey. Then Rick, I know you're doing some local news, so I want you to give us a news anchor sign off. We'll start with you, Cirie.
Shout out to Jersey City that made me who I am. I'm Jersey City strong, Jersey strong. Anybody knows if you're from Jersey, wherever I've gone, I used to be a travel nurse, and I went to a lot of places around the country, and they say, where are you from? And I say Jersey, and they be like, wow.
There we go. All right, Rick.
There you go. Well, here in Macon, Georgia, I'll just say, dun, 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 dun. I hope I was making Georgia proud, and I'm hoping to see all you fans in the real world real soon.
We'll see you there. Rick Devens and Cirie Fields, thank you so much.
The winner of Survivor 50.
And there she is. That's a moment that Aubry Bracco beat out the 23 other castaways and was crowned winner and sole survivor of Survivor 50 in the hands of the fans. Joining us now, first on CBS Mornings, is the lovely Aubry. I call her now Madam Champion. Hello. Along with the other final 5 castaways. That's Tiffany. That's Rizo. That's Joe. That's Jonathan. And, of course, we're so glad you guys are here. Survivor host and executive producer Jeff Probst, of course, is here. Aubry, we're going to talk to you in 2 seconds, but, Jeff, we've got to start with you after last night because you seemed just as surprised as all of us were when right before the Final Fire challenge happened and you shut Rizo down. What happened?
Well, here's the, I mean, you know this world, but what's happening when you're doing a Survivor finale is 2 things. You're running the show, the episode, and then we're doing these live hits where I come out and I talk to one of the players. I'm not watching the show. I'm backstage getting ready for my funny question with Rizo about if only he had practiced fire making. So I come out, we're all set up on the stage. We've got an empty seat for Rizo. I don't think anything's weird. It wasn't until I started talking to Rizo about losing in fire that I'm telling you, we have 1,200 people here. I could collectively feel the energy go to an emoji like this.
Yes, that's what happened. That is what happened,
But I don't know what's happening. And I'm looking down and I see Dee on the end saying, I still don't know. So what happened, I'm still not sure. You know, we have a big team. Mistakes happen, but we just got ahead of ourselves. And none of us saw it. But
nobody saw it.
No, Rizo even told me later, he goes, I was standing next to you going, I don't know why he's going to send me over to the jury. I haven't even lost yet. So, live TV.
But can I just say this, Jeff, and I'm not just saying it just because you're here. I thought you handled it so brilliantly because you came out and said, look, this is what happened. So now what we're going to do is this. You just told the truth and we just moved on, but you were so good in how you did it.
Oh, thanks.
It was,
what else can you do? It's live.
Well,
that's
you'd be
why
surprised.
Live is fun.
I love live TV, but that's why some people go, oh, we screwed up, da-da-da-da. It was a screw up, but you pivoted and you handled it brilliantly. So I'll just listen, I was taking notes saying, if that happens to me, I'm going to do what he did. But Aubry, congratulations.
Thank you.
I took so many notes on you because when you were playing, you said, you want people to know you mean business. This is a game of social politics. But what did it mean? Because you've been here before where you did not win.
Yes.
You looked like you were having an out-of-body experience.
I am always having an out-of-body experience on Survivor. Jeff can attest. But, I mean, it's been 10 years in the making. 3 days ago was 10 years since the finale of Co Wrong. I came up just short. You always taste it when you get that close.
Always taste it. Did you think you were going to win last night? Because I thought you were going to win after you did when you're doing your plea to the jury. Then I thought, okay, she's got it. Before I thought it was going to be Jonathan, but after that I thought she's got it. What did you think?
Well, I mean, yeah, I knew it was a contest. You could tell they were fighting, all 3 of them, and the jury gave them opportunities to fight. But the other side of this, I think that's interesting, is you look at Jonathan sitting right next to Aubry, who gets 3 votes. 3 people thought you should win the game, but he didn't. And so that is the stakes of Survivor are that one person wins and that's it. And that's hard. That's hard.
It is hard. For you, Joe, it was the second time. I thought you had the best line of the night when you were helping Rizo build the fire, showing him. You said, you know, I think everybody should have a sword. It was such a tender moment when you were helping him. What are your thoughts about last night for you?
You know, honestly, I can't tell Jeff this enough and Survivor in general that it really did save my life. And just going through the trauma of different things with my sister and the real reason why I came on Survivor and they were kind enough to let me play this wonderful game, I'm indebted to them. And so there's no such thing as getting third. And if you think that's losing, you haven't lived my life. So that's winning, being with him in this entire production.
Yeah, and then Rizo, listen, Rizo, I was a little judgy about you. Can I confess, guys, this is the first time I've watched a Survivor season. My favorite son's into it, favorite daughter-in-law, they are into it. But because we were doing such a big deal, I started watching. You get invested so quickly, and you make so many judgments so quickly. So I was all in, and Rizo, I was like, God, I don't know about this Riz God guy. He's kind of annoying. But then, last night, the plea that you said when you said, How can you be so good and be so bad at the same time? My heart just opened up for you, Rizo.
Yeah.
Tell me about this season for you.
It's been a dream come true, Gail, ever since I was an 8-year-old kid. I've wanted to play this game, and the last calendar year has been unreal for me. I went from being on the couch to now being here talking to you on the biggest season of all time. Me and Jeff are friends now, and I never thought I'd say that. So obviously,
you never thought you'd say that.
I never thought I'd say that. And falling short twice obviously sucks, but to know that I'm a part of history is something that I wear as a badge of honor.
I know, Rizo, I feel I'm part of history, too.
Yeah.
But I love what you said to him, but now somebody's watching you. Jeff, when you said somebody's watching you, Rizo, who's 8 years old.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's where it goes all the way back to like Stephenie and Ozzy and Boston Rob and Colby and all those people that we've watched. And as you're a kid, you think I could be. And there was somebody, what I loved about, I just want to hit Jonathan again because I feel like you didn't get enough credit for changing your game so dramatically. And I just want you to hear that because I know it's hard.
Thank you.
But dude, you played a great game. And there's a young Jonathan somewhere dressing like you.
No, there is. There is. I know, Jonathan, I'm going to start dressing like you.
Come on.
I'm thinking, Jonathan looks pretty buff. He works out. I like it. Tiffany, you were so fun to watch because you really wore your emotions on your sleeve. When you were pissed or when you were irritated, we could clearly tell that you were angry.
Yes.
I mean, I felt, for all you guys, I felt brought your authentic selves to this game. Tell me about what your emotions you were thinking.
You know, it's so hard to regulate your emotions when you're playing a game like Survivor. You're hungry, you're tired, you're giving your literal blood, sweat, and tears into these challenges. And I look at Survivor like an athletic competition. I love this game so much. It's so hard not to get emotionally invested. And above all else, we're passionate. And it's so difficult not for that passion to ooze out of my pores when something's going on or whether things are going good
and
or
you
going
knew
bad.
you could win the game.
Yes.
You had a
Tiffany, your passion oozed all over us. We're going to go to break, but I'm telling you, I so understand this game in a way that I haven't before. I thought I could play it. No, I cannot.
Welcome to the tribe.
I cannot play it.
Left.
Joe drops. It's over. Aubry has won her first individual immunity, guaranteed a spot in the final 3 of Survivor 50.
I know. There's Aubry. That's a pivotal moment that Aubry Bracco won the Final 4 immunity challenge that got her to the finale, where, as you saw last night, she was crowned the winner of Survivor 50 in the hands of the fans. So we're joined once again by Survivor host and superstar executive producer, that would be Jeff Ross, of course, and the final 5 castaways, Tiffany, I want her dress, Rizo, Joe, Jonathan, Madam Champion. I'm all choked up talking about you. But now is the time we've been waiting for it, Jeff, to present the check.
Aubry, I'm not sure this cash is at an actual bank, but it's good. $2 million. Congratulations.
Thank you,
Well
Jeff.
earned. Nothing is easy.
Thank you. Thanks for believing in me, Jeff.
Yes, and I love that it's signed by Jeff, too.
It's amazing.
I do, too. And it's from the bank of Survivor 50. This is very official.
Yes, we all have accounts there. But in addition to the $2 million, you also, where did the car idea came from? I thought that was nice.
Well,
the car curse. Aside.
We thought the car curse would be fun. Toyota jumped on board and said, we'd like to be a part of that. And we haven't given a car away in so long, so it seemed like a perfect partnership with Toyota.
Yeah.
So cool. So great.
So what was that moment like?
Oh, my gosh. I felt like I was on The Price is Right. I was sprinting back there. My family didn't know what was going on. I felt like I could lick the tires. They were so clean and beautiful.
Yeah. And will you... We can sit, Patty? Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, will you leave that big Survivor logo on it?
I think I might want to for a few years at least.
Can I go back to one of my favorite moments where the family comes?
Oh, yeah.
Is that something you always do?
No, we used to do it a lot.
Yeah.
And we haven't done it in quite a while. And we thought we were throwing everything we could at them. And we thought, you know what we haven't done is the very last moment before they have to go make their case to the jury.
Yes.
Let's give them a little love.
It was so nice. Jonathan, you tugged at my heart when you go, that's my brother, that's my brother.
I could
You were
see
so
him.
glad to see him.
He was dressed like Mario. He was hard to miss. He had the Mario hat and everything. It was really good to see my family.
Why was that so special for you? Because to me, it seemed very emotional for you. It was more than just seeing your brother.
I didn't have a good relationship with my mom and dad, and I didn't get many letters.
So knowing that my mom and dad told my brother that they loved me and that they were cheering for me, it meant a lot.
Oh, wow. Okay. Joe, for you, I love how you go, is that my tall wife? And I thought, that's kind of a thing to say. Then when she stood up, I went, oh, I see why you said that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, most people hold hands with their loved ones like this. I hold hands like this. And she's 6'4", barefoot. So in those moments, like Jonathan had said that, and Aubry, showed as well, there's nothing like that. I mean, Jeff's great and everybody's great out there, but seeing that changes your life. I mean, we're so fortunate to have that. It was awesome.
Yeah. And Rizo, for you, what does this mean to you? What will you take away from this? Because I didn't realize you were 49 to 50. You had how many days before you went?
9 days in between.
Wow.
So that is crazy.
That is
it destroys a player to go to the end, physically, emotionally, and mentally, and to turn around and do it again in this group with all these players.
Yeah, I said it to you, Jeff, out there, but 50 out of the last 59 days up in that point was me living on a jungle, playing Survivor against 40 different castaways. So to know that I made it to the end and being a part of this monster season is a dream come true.
And Tiffany, you seemed to, in the end, I actually thought it was going to be Tiffany before you were voted up. Did you think it was going to be you too?
I absolutely thought it was going to be.
Yes. You
don't play a game like Survivor 50 coming in not thinking you're going to be the winner.
But Tiffany, at the very last thing you said, I know I'm going off, so I'm just going to get some things off my chest.
Yeah.
And then I thought, you're going so hard. If I was one of the voters, I'd go, well, she knows she's going, so okay, T-I-F-F-A-N-Y. But you made a point of, you really wanted to, were you trying to square some things? What were you thinking?
I was. I had a lot that was going through my head that day. But most of all, I did know I was going home.
Why did you know that? Why did you know that?
They told me.
Oh.
Nobody
Yeah, but people lie on this show, Tiffany.
Oh, I knew they weren't lying about that. The episode before, they all tried to team up to get me out. I knew it was not a joke. I knew I was going home. And at the end of the day, like you said, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So I'm like, I'm going to just get a couple things off my chest, and then I'm going to go do my job as a juror and make sure that, we end the season strong.
That's why it's very important to make friends along the way. You had said, Aubry, nobody deserves it. You have to earn it, but you also have to make friends along the way. That's why I see having friends in that jury really makes a difference, doesn't it, Jeff?
Absolutely. I mean, it's ultimately a game of social politics.
Yes.
And the big twist of Survivor is you're getting rid of people that then in the end you have to persuade to give you $2 million. That's a tough thing to do.
Yeah. Do you feel you didn't make enough friends?
Oh, not at all. I think I had too many friends. I think that's why I was voted out, because I was friends with everybody on the jury. And I think that is a part of what makes you a threat.
I mean, Tiff is a great example of something we talk about from the producing side, which is we design the game so that the better you are at it, the more difficult it's going to be for you to win.
Yeah.
Because the game exposes all of your traits, and people start looking at Tiff going, no way she's getting to the end. No chance. You got to take her out.
Yes.
But that's what Aubry's doing as well. She's trying to make sure it's not, I got to know when to duck and move and get out of the way, so it's Tiffany right now. So there's no single way to play the game. You have to be in the moment of every single moment and decide what to do.
Yeah, but Aubry, for me, you seem to come out of nowhere. Was that your? And I watched the thing, but I thought there's no way she's going to make it to the end. No offense, so I was dead wrong.
Yeah,
but you seem to come out of nowhere. Was that your strategy?
I mean, yeah, when you have 23 incredible players, you have to know when to put your foot on the gas, when to slow down. And there are a lot of times I'm like, oh, this is happening over here. Let the attention go there, like Jeff's talking about, so you can remain in the pocket and wait to strike until it's your moment.
And Jonathan, I think you were the one that said you changed your strategy depending on who you were interacting with. Was that you said that? Yeah.
I did. I thought about Survivor every day for 4 years.
Did you?
Crazy.
Every day for 4 years, because I played a game that I knew if you watch me, you didn't see any strategy. I was just the big guy. So I'm like, if I wear the same clothes, if I act similar, then nobody will believe that I have any strategy. And most people didn't.
Wow.
He clearly did, and that's what was impressive. Specifically about your game is you played a very different game. Joe played, I think, a similar game where you said, look, you know who I am, you know how I'm going to play. And to be able to do that, Gail, and have people know the game you're going to play and get to the end again is its own accomplishment. And that goes back to the same thing. You have to play Survivor your way, whatever your way is.
Jeff, no one asked me anything about what I think, but I think it should be a live finale all the time.
Yeah, is that what you think, Gail?
I do.
Yeah.
And Jeff's like, okay, Gail, goodbye.
No, the finales are a blast.
There also, guys, is something about watching it with an audience.
Yeah.
You know, normally I'm sitting at home watching it on my TV by myself. There's something about the... Did you feel
It's
this?
electric.
It was electric in the room. And I thought, how do you guys not do this all the time?
Yeah, well, we used to do it all the time.
Oh, you have to bring it back.
Yeah, we have to. Okay,
no one pays attention.
Let me borrow your pen here.
Yes. Gail said, bring it back.
Bring it back. Got it.
Don't you love it live too, guys?
Amazing.
The energy was incredible.
No, the energy's great, and the audience is great, and Survivors the relationship with the fans is unlike any other show I've ever seen.
Do I dare say I love this show? Congratulations.
She's in.
Yes, I'm definitely
Gail is in. Finally.
Definitely in.
Took 25 years, 50 seasons.
And it was nice to meet all of you. It was really nice to meet you. You got some nice people in your
I know,
post.
Gail. It's a good job I have.
You are the best. You are the best. Tell Lisa I said, hey, I really like her too.